Hello everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day. Get this up and going. If I can figure out how I got there last time, that would be wonderful. I would be doing good. Let me get both of these up and going. Manage. Okay. We are rolling. For sure. This cord out of the way. Let me get this good and going. If I can figure it out. Hold. Okay. Content. All right. Hopefully, I am good now. Hope everybody's staying warm. It is cold out there. I've been carrying wood. Me and my wife carried in some wood. Brad, you're on here. I've got these two laid out for your wife since she's a big Dave Justice fan. Anyway, I've got some Absolute Football. We got two Donruses, one Donruss Elite. Maybe we'll pull a nice auto out of here. I'm still looking for a Kaboom. I ain't got but 1, 2, 3. I've got 5 left after these two. So I'm hoping for a Kaboom out of them 5. Scroll down here where I can see the comment. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, Brad, I remember you saying that. I was going through sorting all my cards, getting sports with the right sports. It's snowing here just a little bit. Let me go shut the upper door, or we're going to hear Gideon destroy and be loud and make all kind of wild noises. Let me run up there and shut that door, because all he knows, I guess he's like me, all he knows how to do is talk loud. But let me run up there real quick, shut that door, and I will be right back. All right, I am back. I figured we'd stick on the football train, try to knock it out. Another thing, football's fixing to be over about 3 weeks or so. So, Trevor Lawrence, T-Law, Beck, May, Trey Flowers, so that's the fatty boy. Football's fixing to be over. I'm saying it's going to be the Patriots, Seahawks, Super Bowl. Might be wrong, but that's what I feel. Old Travis Hunter, that's a good one. Jordan Addison, Benford, Bryce, Ray, Puka. But I think the Patriots has got a clear path to the Super Bowl, pretty much. Josh Corley Jr., Arian Smith, Will Howard, Cam Ward, Chris Olave, Amon St. Brown, Derrick Henry. And if the Patriots don't win it, or, don't at least get the Super Bowl, I believe that'd be their own fault. It'll take a complete team effort, I think. Qushon Judkins from Denver to have a chance. I mean, I guess probably everybody is writing off Denver, I would say. You never know. I mean, they have good defense. Jackson Dart, Tyler Warren, Burrow, Fields, Jaden, A-Chain. But I guess everybody's going to write them off. But, I mean, if the quarterback can play complimentary football, not turn the ball over, I mean, you'd have to assume Denver might have a shot. Jaden Blue, Will Howard again, Nick Martin, Jalen Noel, Trey McBride, Trey Hendrickson, Bucky Irving. But I don't know. Patriots, they made the Texans look pretty rough. Colston Loveland, Riley Leonard, Michael Penix Jr., Jared Goff, Tanks Bigby, T-Law, Tony Pollard. That's the jersey. There's our 2 jersey cards. But I don't know. Who knows? And then it'll be on to basketball. Ashton Genty, Stafford, Hurts, Jacoby, Jaden Reed, BTJ. Then it'll be on the NBA basketball. And then that'll be over. It'll be baseball, and we'll be waiting for football to come back around again. Lon Fumu or whatever, and Bouquet. That's a good one. Josh Simmons, Scatabo, Darnold. He's in your Christian McCaffrey and Geno Smith. I think Drake May ought to win MVP. He's by far been the most consistent. Terrence Ferguson, Jalen Lane, McCarthy, Jalen Royal, Quentin Johnston, Jamar Chase, David Montgomery. So I think Seahawks have been the best team. Sorry, I would have probably said Trevon Henderson. I would have probably said Will Howard is their jersey. I would have probably said the Rams prior to the Panthers beating them first time. But I'm going to say it will be Seattle. I think Seattle's complete team. I think it'll be Seattle wins it all. That's who my pick. Colston Loveland. I think May being young will crack in the Super Bowl if he makes it. Jerry Jeudy, Tyrone Tracy Jr., Xavier Legette, Luther Burden III, Kamir Dyke. This feels like a Dallas. Oh, it's Puka. Draft Diamond Puka. That's not a bad one. Probably best receiver in football right now. He burns it up. Yeah. I mean, I'm shocked, sort of, the Patriots. You know, nobody seen Drake May coming along, so I'm sort of shocked to see the Patriots perform as well as they have. But Vrabel's a good coach. He was good with the Titans. Yeah, he couldn't win them the big one, but the Seahawks, to me, have just been a solid, complete team. Let's pull a nice rook out of here. Let's pull a Tyler Shuck or Scatabo or Dart. Murray, Baker, Taylor, Luke Lachey, Houston Texans. Never heard of him. Never heard of Luke Lachey. On Doomsday, James Conner, Taysom Hill, Darren Woodson on the Cowboys, 3-time first-team All-Pro. Boy, if Brian was in here, he would be flying high. Clinton Portis, Josh Allen, Michael Irvin, and Bosa. If you heard who's looking at the Bills, yeah. If you heard who's, I think they've called in Mike McDaniel and Phillip Rivers to interview for the Bills. That will be interesting. That will be interesting. Golden Tate the third. Old Phil Simms. Old Caleb. He played better than I thought he would. Spellbound. Derrick Henry. We seem to get a lot of Derrick Henry, me and Ben do, out of that. Brian Burns, Dallas Turner, Joe Mixon. This is a laser one. Nick Emery, Seattle Seahawks. Pretty laser one. All right, Eric Dickerson, Brian Urlacher, Curtis Rourke, 49ers, rookie. Marvin Mims, Broncos. Need for Speed, something like that. All right, let me get rid of some of these wrappers. Like I said, I hope everybody stayed warm. From what I'm seeing, could get bad, may not get bad, maybe super bad. From what I'm saying, though, it looks like it's going to be worse down below us. You know, I went to the store Thursday. It's one reason I didn't get on. Fought the store and lost. And, I mean, I sort of think people's overreacting, but after Helene, I sort of get it. I mean, I sort of understand. Helene, you know, it caught everybody off guard in a way, and you don't want to be caught that way again. I was sort of thought people was overreacting, but I understand you want to be prepared best you can, because bad thing is, if say it does do the ice and the power goes out, it ain't really today and tomorrow, it's Monday. If you've got no power and it's 9 degrees outside, it's going to be bad for a lot of people. Benjamin Morris, Scatabo rookie. Fred Warner, Marcus Robinson, Kamara, Howie Long, Edrin James, John Jefferson, Ricky Pearsall, Nick Bonito, Ladd McConkey, Drew Bledsoe, T. Higgins, Jason Taylor. The red is Natron Means. I remember him. I had a ton of his rookies growing up. New quarterback. Now, who they looking at? Oh, Drew Bledsoe and T. Higgins. I left him there. Who's the Raiders looking at? New quarterback. I hadn't checked out ESPN today. I usually get in there and read a lot. Justin Jefferson, E.J. Speed, Luke Musgrave, Keandre Miller, Keon Coleman, Vontae Adams, Megatron, Keon Mitchell, Jaleel Campbell, Kyle Williams, Ty Johnson, Christian Kirk, Carl Eller, Zay Flowers, Eric Allen, Old Eagle Legends. Cooper Kupp, Juwan Jennings, Jalen Waddle, Eli Manning, Kid Reporter, Najigba, Tua, Khalil Mack, Brian Robinson Jr., Trey Amos, Matthew Golden. He's a good one. Chris Jones. Fernando Mendoza from Indiana. A lot of people are down on him. A lot of people think he is a game manager, not a game changer. That's right, they do have the first pick. Mixon, or Joe Horn, sorry, I thought it was Mixon. Michael Penix Jr., Derwin James Jr., and then Bouquet, Rookie Revolution. That's not bad. Yeah, a lot of people ain't high on Fernando. We got a hollow rookie. Let's hope it's a good one. Please be a good one. Please be a big-time one. Isaac Pacheco, Chubb, Boomer Esiason, Will McDonald IV, James Lofton, Richard Todd, Aaron Rodgers, Bo Nix, Jarquez Hunter, Blake Corum, Kirk Cousins, Julian Love, Mike Gesicki. Oh, it's a Chief. I ruined that, didn't I? Abdul Carter. It's not bad. Gridiron Kings. Josh Simmons, big O-line. Of course, he'd be about perfectly centered. He wants an O-lineman, PSA 10. Not hardly anybody I know unless they're a super legend. Yeah, Fernando, not a lot of people high on him. They claim that Indiana had everything he needed to be successful. All he had to do is manage now. Whether that's true or not, I do not know, but that's what they say. It's tough coming from college to pro. DeAndre Swift, Jonnu Smith, Aldrick Estime, Brandon Ayuk, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Buda Baker, Ozzie Newsome, Tyrone Tracy Jr., Shamar Stewart, Jalen Lane, Brian Burns, Zach Moss, Greg Dortch, Benford, Tyler Warren, White Hot Rookie. All right. Tank Bigsby, Vinny Testaverde. I think they could do a card with him on all 32 teams. He played for everybody. Max Crosby, Trevor Lawrence, Purdy, Greg Zuerlein, C.D. Lamb, J.K. Dobbins, Woody Marks, Michael Williams, Justin Herbert, Kenneth Walker III, Antonio Gibson. Got one more, Tank Dell. Ashton Jenney, rookie running back for the Raiders. They got to have the right system, Brad. If they don't have the right system, it won't work for him. And if they're right on him being a game manager, they're in tough luck. Come on, downtown. In here. Right here. That's where it's going to be. Downtown. That's what we're going to pull right here. Yeah, that's what we're going to pull right here. Don't want to block my pretty looking face here. Jack Beck. Benjamin Morrison. Antonio Gibson. Tank Dell. DJ Moore. Bryce Young. Audric Estime. Brandon Ayuk. Thanks Bigsby. Vinny Testaverde. Tony Dorsett. Jalen Hurts. JJ. David Njoku. Pat Bryant Red. Maybe a touch heavy on this side, but not bad. I'm going to sleeve it up just because it ain't some no-namer. He's in the finals anyway. All right. Max Crosby. T-Law. Adam Thielen. Cortland Sutton. Darnell Mooney. Rashad Bateman. Garrison Hurst. Caleb Williams. Scatterbo again. We like old Scatterbo. Jaleel Campbell. Kyron Warren. Cade Aldo. Oop, about lost something. Marquez Brown. I can't hang on to these. Jalen Polk. Ooh, Tyler Warren. Little fatty left to right. Good grief, my hands are sticking. Cards are sticking in my hand. Brad, do you follow anybody in baseball or just the Braves, or do you follow anybody in the NBA, or you just mainly watch football? Didn't see it. Jake Plummer. Drake London. Jordan Love. Malachi Corey. Patrick Mahomes. Zach Charbonnet. Ladd McConkey. Drew Bledsoe. Kyle Williams. Trey Amos. Dak Prescott. Najee Harris. Warren Moon. Kenneth Gainwell. Boy, we're pulling a lot of Genty. Tell you what, he didn't have a good rookie year, but everybody says he didn't have no O-line. They say he's super talented. They say he is not one to sleep on. They talk about how good he was, and he wasn't good. Probably not any basketball in a while. So you don't pull for anybody in basketball or baseball. Justin Fields, Puka, Myles Garrett, Malik Neighbors, Kid Reporter, T. Higgins, Jason Taylor, Keon Coleman, Devontae Adams, Matthew Golden, Greg Rousseau, Donovan McNabb, T.J. Houshmandzadeh, Byron Murphy, Josh Jacobs. I know there's another one behind here. Nope, or maybe not. This should be a rookie because we only got one. Jaden Daniels. Come on, downtown. Where you at? Come out. Come out wherever you are. T.J. Hawkinson. Ty Spears. Xavier Legette. David Craig. Calvin Johnson. Megatron. Quinyon Mitchell. Jackson Smith Najigba. Tua Tagovailoa. Jarquez Hunter. Shamar Stewart. Dwayne Bowe. Alexander Madison. Marte Mapu. Scary Terry McLaurin. Green Bay, another Matthew Golden. All right, come on. In here. Come out. Come out and say hello downtown. Everybody thought they was easier to hit this year because it's the last year they thought they produced more of them, but I'm not so sure. Maybe I just had a fluke last year where I hit downtowns and color blast. I don't know. Jalen McMillan, Javonte Williams, Nico Collins, William Andrews, Khalil Mack, Brian Robinson Jr., James Lofton, Richard Todd, Jalen Lane, Woody Marks, Michael Pittman Jr., Xavier Worthy, Brad Grupe, Derrick Henry, Jamar Chase, Action All Pros. All right. No kaboom. No downtown. But we're going to hit one. Man's got to keep the faith. Keep the faith. So, like I said, I did want to say a couple of things before I get off of here. Guys, stay warm. Stay safe. If you need anything, if there's anything I can do to help you, let me know. Another thing, we've gained some more followers, and like I say, I appreciate anyone who follows us. Let me get these straightened out real quick. Just in case you don't know who I am, my name is Matthew McBee. I have a Like a Braves, I mean players, neither one of them anymore. You got a Kuna, you got a lot. Baseball, that is, okay. But anyway, I'm Matthew. I've been a collector since I was probably 8 years old. My dad bought me a bunch, and a lot of the junk wax era. I do have some PSA 10 junk wax era stuff that's worth some good money. I'm really big into basketball. My buddy that is partnered with me, Ben, he is probably more of a vintage guy. He likes vintage. He invests in vintage, and he's got a lot of old boxes. He's got a lot of stuff. But we pretty much collect. I collect all three sports. I try not to go too deep into, I might take a gamble on some players, but for the most part, I just collect who I like. My collection basically in baseball is Bo, King Griffey, and that's pretty much it. I mean, if I catch a Judge and a Shohei, I'll try to hang on to them. But other than that, that's pretty much who I collect and who I keep. In football, I collect Marino. I collect a lot of Marino. I collect Barry Sanders. I collect probably a little bit more in football than I do anything else. In basketball, I'm trying to actively hunt down Cooper Flags. I don't know if I'll keep or if I sell while he's hot. That's the thing. You're basically taking a risk. Is this guy going to make it or is he not? And most of the time, it's not. Baseball, it's baseball to me is probably the hardest gamble because you don't know for sure who will make it, who will not. I've gambled on Jackson Merrill a little bit. I probably should have gambled on Jackson Churio because Merrill had a great rookie season. He sort of fizzled out, but he did get hurt. He sort of fizzled out at the end. He got hurt. So, it's tough. It's tough to pick who you think the winners are, the losers are. It's a tough pick for sure. But I collect in basketball, I mainly PC Curry. I've got Code rookies, PSA 10s. I hold on to them. They're not going anywhere. So is my Curry. I've got a few. Ben's got me tinkering into vintage a little bit, but it's been mainly basketball. You know, I'm trying, you know, I've been lucky, fortunate enough to pull a Cooper Flag. Like I said, Bo's my guy. I like him in baseball, football. But that's sort of what we do. We're trying to get our business up and going, and we're growing. We're growing. It's a little slow, and I mean, we assume that. I mean, I'm sure if you asked anyone, they would love their business to be booming by the next day, but that's not how things work in life. You have to work to get what you want. And Ben's not afraid to do a little work. We've invested heavily in 2024 football product because you had 5 great quarterbacks come out. 4 of them look like winners to me, with Bo, Drake, Jaden, and Caleb. Jury's still out on Penix. I think Spencer Rattler's done gone, but that's the thing about football. You never know. You never know. Rattler could go to another team and be like Darnold. Darnold visited, you know, the Jets and the Panthers. I think he spent a year with the 49ers, the backup role. But that's the thing, you know, you get the right system for the right quarterback. Because I'll be honest with you, if you're a quarterback in college, you've got to have talent. Most of them in these big divisions. But finding the right system in the NFL, to me, is one big key in the cog to be relevant, to be good. But that's, you know, like I said, Ben's more of a vintage guy. He does collect certain players. He collects certain people, but he does have a lot of rare, unopened product. A lot of older stuff that you don't see much. But he's probably more of a, I would say Ben's more, his knowledge is deeper in vintage. So I lean on him in vintage. You know what? You know, if I buy a vintage box, what should be, you know, the price? He leans more on me in modern. You know what? You know, he's like, if he buys a box, he's like, what can I hit out of this? You know, what's, you know, the potential? You know, like Donruss is downtowns, Optics is downtowns. Anything absolute would be your kabooms that you would have a chance at. So, you know, he'll lean on me as far as that. So we work pretty good hand in hand. Like I said, if you don't know us, you know, watch some of our videos, see how we are. But we are actively trying to do a break. We've got a mixer up that's got several different 2024 NFL boxes. Loads of chances to hit Drake May, Bo Nix. We've got some high-powered stuff, but we ain't got the clientele really to do that yet. As we grow, we'll grow our product. We'll go to bigger products. But we're just finally trying to get our feet in the door and trying to earn your business, earn your trust. That's how business works, you know. You come in, we try to make you feel like family. We want to try to, there's a lot of people in this community to me that collect. I would like to get them all together and going and, you know, make a cohesive group. We've got a guy on here, Brian Holman. He's a big avid Cowboys fan, so he likes to make fun of me, and I like to make fun of his team. So we like to pick and poke and go at it, and that's what sports is. You know, you can rag somebody else about their team, but when they're having a good year, it's hard to rag them. Fortunate for me and him, neither one of our teams. I'm a Redskin guy at heart. I mean, I don't really collect Panthers. I collect some Kuechly. I've got a Tet McMillan auto. But, you know, he likes to aggravate me about the Redskins. I like to aggravate him about the Cowboys. But bad thing is, we was both in the same boat this year. Not good. Jaden got hurt, and they couldn't protect him. And I thought Jaden would take, you know, that's the thing with a rookie quarterback. If they have a great rookie year, their second year usually is down. Look at Stroud. His second year was not good. He bounced back this year, but had a horrible game in the playoffs. And that's what you're riding. Right now, if you've got Drake Mays, which I've got several, they're selling Drake May and Bo Nix. Bo's probably not selling as strong as Drake because where he got hurt. But if you've got some Mays and you want to part with them, now would be the time. it would be the time to extract maximum value because there's no guarantee next year. He could play game one, tear his ACL, and his card could bottom out. Jaden's down. So if you're a believer in Jaden, now's the time to me to invest in Jaden Daniels. Caleb's going to be steady. He took Chicago, and to me, it wasn't his fault they lost. But the Rams played a good game. I'll give the Rams credit where credit's due. They played a good game, and they stuck it in there and won. But I do see that we're growing slowly and steady every week. I want to say thank you. Thank you for following, watching. Whether you already know me, whether you don't, I appreciate you following. I opened some Pokemon on this channel too with my son. He's a big Pokemon fan. I'm out of Pokemon at the moment, but I plan on getting some more for him. But like I said, I do appreciate you taking a chance, watching us, following us. Keep sharing. If you've got friends that's into cards or used to be into cards, share them. Share our feed with them. Maybe I can bring them back. Bring back some nostalgia. That's a lot of what it is. I opened some older stuff from what I opened in my teenage years to young years. I've got a lot of old baseball. I had some old football and I opened it. But we opened some vintage stuff and that every now and again, some older stuff. Stuff from the 90s, stuff from the 80s. I wished I'd have televised my 85 tops. I pulled all three big rookies. I pulled McGuire, I pulled Kirby, and I pulled Roger Clemens. I've opened 82 Fleer, pulled some Cal Ripken Jr. rookies. I need to get some more of it and rip one on here. But we like to rip some old stuff too. We ain't all about modern. We like to, I like to relive some stuff that I opened when I was a kid. My dad bought me. But like I said, if you want to know who we are, that's who we are. We're just avid collectors like anybody else. We would just like to start a breaking business. We're not trying to rip your arm off. Product's very hard to get. It's not easy. So, but like I said, I appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate you liking and following me. And we will see you next time. It'll probably be Monday if we still have power. If the ice storm ain't bad and we got power, I'll try to get back on here Monday night, if possible. I'll try to let you know. But until then, we'll see you Monday. Have a good, safe weekend. Stay warm.